Hello students, here I am sharing a video on functions concept in PHP. Observe the definition, that what is the definition of a function. Function is a reusable block of code which can be called anywhere in the program. Generally we use functions concept in PHP to write any function to perform any operation. And operations, I think you know, generally we perform arithmetic operations, relational operation, whatever operation here we can perform using function concept. But here the advantage is we can write a reusable block of code, and which can be called any number of times anywhere of the program. This is the benefit of the using functions in PHP. And this functions concept is having the components. We have to mention the function definition that is also called as called function, and we have to mention calling function, and the arguments also sometimes we mention in the function. They are of two types, actual arguments and formal arguments, and return statement. These are the four components we use in function concept. When come to the function syntax, function definition syntax, function, it is a keyword used in PHP to define a function. And next we have to mention function name and argument list. And within the open brace and close brace we'll mention the code to be executed, which operation we want to execute, that will be mentioned within the open brace and close brace. And next we have a syntax for calling function also. The syntax for calling function is function name, parenthesis, and along with semicolon. And arguments are used here. Return statement is a statement which is used to return a single value. Used to return a value from called function, nothing but this function definition, called to calling function. This is the purpose of using return statements. So you should follow these four components of a function. Now I am going to demonstrate you a simple example to demonstrate function. So how we write? Simply I am writing PHP code. We'll write, and to define a function, definitely we have to write function. And here I am going to display simple message, so that I am naming the function name display. No arguments I am not using here, because I want to display a simple message, hello students. This is function definition completed, and to execute this function block we have to call the function. To call the function we have to follow the syntax. Just mention the function name. Function name is display. So function is called and the program is over. Very simple it is. Like to write a function program in PHP, PHP open and PHP close. And here we use a keyword function. It's a keyword. We should use this one. Without this we cannot create a function in PHP. This is the function name. Here no arguments are used. Why? Because just simply I am displaying a message, hello students, so that no arguments are mentioned here. And this part is called function definition. And this is calling function. Now when you execute this program, you get an output, hello students. Writing a function program in PHP is very simple process like this. Students, just you follow this definition of a function. It is a reusable code. Number of times. Once you execute this one time, display calling function will get hello student once. If you write one more time here display, again it displays hello student. So that what is happening here, one code is written using definition and number of times it is calling. How many number of times you are calling, those many number of times it will be executed. This is the benefit of using functions. And if you see one more demonstration program like addition of two numbers along with using arguments, you see this is the demonstration program functions using arguments. Here I used arguments ABR. So these are formal arguments. Why these are formal arguments? The arguments which are mentioned in the calling, which are mentioned in the called function. Which are used in called. And here 20, 50, these are the actual values. Actual arguments which are used in calling. Simply you remember arguments are of two types. The arguments which are used in called function definition, they are formal, and the arguments which are used in calling function, they are actual arguments. If you see the program, it is the addition of two numbers. I mentioned the function, it's a keyword definitely used to represent a function, and addition is the function name. I'm going to do the addition, so that I given the suitable name addition. And the $A one variable, $B one variable, two arguments I have taken, and I'm storing the value in sum. So $sum is equal to $A plus $B. After adding these two, the sum will be added to this variable. Here I am using return statement. Return. So what I am returning, sum I am returning. So when you use return statement, it returns to result after completing the action. So action is here sum. Finding two variables, sum is the action that is returning to the result. So what is the result? Here this is the calling function part. It is calling, and the value is storing in a variable, and finally we are displaying the result. The result is, and this is the operator which is used to append the result along with the string. Now the output will be, so 20, 50 are the actual. The values will be jumped to A, B, 20, 50, 20, 50. The sum will be 70. The sum is returning to result. The result will be 70. Now the answer will be, the result is 70. In this way simply we can create a function in PHP. Just you have to remember that while writing function definition, and what are the features and what are the components, and demonstration program. This is the concept of function. So next time I'll come with another video. Thank you guys.